Hello, hello, blessings, blessings. I am here to do the tarot reading for Shabbat today, Shabbat Shalom. So I have a quick minute, and I'm going to do this reading as promised, in between a ton of errands and flying around, but I have to say, no matter how much I have going on, it always feels good to stop and pull out the cards. It's like, what can be better than that magic? And there's magic in each moment, but man, the cards for me, you guys know, it's my thing. I just love them. Thank you. So, let's go ahead and think about how our day was so far. How has it been for you? What are the feelings that come up? Good, bad, be honest. And then when you feel that, when you feel the energy of the day, breathe it in and breathe it out. And when you breathe it out, let it go. Let it go, go, go. Okay? Let it all go till you are an empty vessel in your mind and in your body. You are clear and you are here with me now. Go ahead and put your energy into the deck if you feel guided. I'm wondering how this revelation through these cards is going to relate to tonight's Torah portion. It's all about Rebecca and the well when she meets Isaac. All right, here we go. Put the magic in, put the magic in. These cards were all pulled yesterday for different readings, so it's pretty interesting. So we have the Magician as the present, we have the Queen of Cups as the future, and we have the Three of Swords as the bridge to get to the future. So right now we are the Magician, we are making the magic, we are behaving as the bridge between the worlds of above and below. So right now, it looks like we have a lot of material to work with as far as energy to play with and transform and alchemize. Whatever you, I, we have going on in our realities right now, there is potential to use all that is there and transform it into what we need. What is it that we need? Well, I think it's important to look to the future for that, because in the future is sown the seeds of the, of the beginning. So the beginning is implicit the ending is implicit in the beginning and vice versa, right? There's one and the other. So where are we headed in the future? The Queen of Cups. She is the Queen of Hearts. She is the heart of hearts. She is the emotional aspect of the suit of emotions, which is cups and water. So she, before we make it to the King of Cups, who then acts on the emotional guidance system, she is the emotional guidance system and the emotional awareness. So where we are headed is to the heart, of course, to get in touch with our hearts. And she did come up actually in the reading I did for the moon the other day. And that reading was all about, actually that was the Halloween reading. The reading was all about keeping the heart warm through the winter. As we approach winter, and what does winter represent? Death, an ending, and then a new beginning. What is our goal? And it was about that. Kindling the flame of the heart, making sure that we stay warm through the winter. And of course, that's all symbolism. So if we're headed here, then what does the Magician have to say about where we're headed to that heart space? We've got to use whatever we've got right now to get to that future of being in touch with our hearts in such a way that we grow that warmth and maintain that warmth and that heat and that love and that passion through the winter or the death or the dark time or the cold time. Okay? So what material do we have to work with? I feel that that is revealed right here in the bridge between these two cards, which is the Three of Swords. Swords is air, it's the mind, it's the suit of the mind. And this is the card of sorrow. So there appear to be some wounds. They are illusions, because ultimately all that's real is a reflection of our perfection in source. Sorrow is not there. It doesn't live there. So it is temporary. And that's further revealed in the fact that there are swords here. It's the mind. Those wounds are only open because we're allowing them to still be open. And so we've got a bleeding heart right now because we've been through a lot of experiences. And if we wish to make it back to that wholeness of the heart, to then light the flame of it, to keep ourselves warm and happy and passionate through the winter and the hard times, then we really need to heal this, because otherwise the cold is going to get in through those wounds. So what I see and what I feel is that those wounds and all of the pains that we've created programming around and beliefs around, it's time to really look at that and be excited about all that material that is there to work with and to alchemize so that we can get to where we want to be. We can't just get from A to B like this. That's not how it works in life. We have to work with what we've got to get to where we want to go. We can't deny who we are or what our reality is. Rather, we have to work with it to transform. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. It can only be transformed. And so that is the bridge to get to fulfilling the heart and keeping it warm through the winter. We got to be the magician right now. We have the ability to be that. We are that so much so right now. And knowing that this is the archetype that is at the forefront, what are we going to do with that? Well, let's see what material we have to work with. Let's take it and let's transform those emotions into positive energy to be able to work with it, to be able to fuel the fire of the heart and stay warm through winter. Okay, so Shabbat Shalom. I've got to run now, but I'm really glad that I got to pop in for this little magical reading. And again, the Parsha this week in the Torah is all about Rebecca and Isaac, and a thought to keep in mind as we're talking about this, magic of healing the heart and getting back in touch with our hearts and giving. Loving kindness is so important. And Isaac, Yitzhak, he says, the only thing I require, he was looking for a wife, and said, the only thing I require, my list for who I'm looking for, is that kindness. I'm going to wait by this well, and I'm going to see who brings me water. And not only does Rebecca bring him water, she exceeds his expectations by bringing more than enough water for not just him, but all of his camels as well. So there's a lot of symbolism in there, and it's a beautiful story of the heart and romance and unity. Rebecca marries Yitzhak. Rebecca is the matriarch that represents binding together, tying the two worlds together, because she proceeds to have twins. There's a whole story behind that, and so the twins are like light and dark, and she has to keep them together. But she's also the matchmaker, so she ties knots in more ways than just one. So this could be really positive inspiration for anyone who is looking for that further inspiration right now, and that motivation and clarity as to where we're at and where we're headed. The Torah always holds very relevant and specific keys as tools that we can use to transform. So if you feel so inclined, check it out. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Thank you. I love you.